Hello, it's Emil from Live from Women Coaching. Today's video is another iteration, if you will, of the Shin-Box videos that I've made up to this point. This one is a basic tutorial of what I want you to be thinking about or identifying with the performance of the Shin-Box. I'm going to use a term, landmarks. Landmarks is just referencing parts on your body that you want to be attentive to or aware while you're doing this movement. It just guides you through. So if you think about you're on a hike, you're going to identify certain landmarks during that hike that gives you the information that you're going the right direction. Well, it's the same thing when we're moving our body. So we want to think about landmarks, so just so you're familiar with that verbiage. All right, so I'm going to just turn my mat around here a little bit so we can give you a better angle. I love the Shin-Box flow, I think, or Shin-Box movement in general, because it's just a great way to start your day. It's important as we go through the aging process that we get comfortable getting on the floor. Quite frankly, we have fear of getting back off the floor. So let's get on the floor, let's get comfortable being on the floor, spending more time on the floor so that we have the confidence to get up off the floor. That's why I love the Shin-Box. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna reference your shoulders. That's the first landmark we wanna think about. And so you're gonna have your hands behind you. Now, if you have really good mobility, then you're gonna point your fingertips away from you, behind you in this manner. But if you're challenged, if this is bothersome for your shoulder, I want you to adjust so that it's comfortable for you. So maybe make your hand placement a little wider and go ahead and turn your fingers out to the side. Now, the next thing we want to do is we're going to keep our hips centered on the floor. They're going to stay on the floor the whole time. And I want to make sure my feet are wide enough so that I can just go through a process here of windshield wipering my thighs. And if you notice, now here my right thigh lands underneath my left foot. I don't want to have such a narrow stance that I'm coming here and then I've got to adjust. So we're all unique with how long our femur or shin bone, our thighs are. So, make some adjustments that work for you. So we're going to do this a few times. And then what we can do now is we'll start to come up out of that position. And I'm going to push off of this hand and see if I can grasp that outer shin bone. And I'm just going to start here. I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm just going to work on being nice and tall. If I have to use this hand for the time being because I'm not quite capable of coming up because I'm tight in the hips or tight in the torso, that's okay. Work with the confines of what your body is giving you at that point in time. All right, and now what we're going to do is the hand's going to return. I'm going to center back up, identify my landmarks, position before transition, right? And now I'm going to transition here. I'm going to grasp this outer shin bone and I'll find my position, hand planted on the ground here. And then I'm going to repeat. Now, with my hands on the ground, bring attention to full contact with your hands. Much like when you're barefoot, we want to feel the floor. Well, I want you to feel with your hands as well, okay? So we would just do this for a couple of reps until it feels comfortable. So to begin, or to review, so right from here, this is a great place to start. And oftentimes, if you happen to be someone that subscribes to my remote coaching program, I may say to you, do Shin-Box flow and allow the Shin-Box flow to direct where you need to be doing your foam rolling, your myofascial compressive work. And in this case, it might tell you, I need to foam roll my glute or work a little bit of my lateral quad. And I'm also not afraid to tell you to foam roll your IT band. That'll be for another video. And now we can use that to give us some direction. The other direction might be, I might need to foam roll my lat. So if we reference Thomas Meyer's work in anatomy trains in a lateral line. So a lateral line might be the latissimus dorsi on this side. Okay, so that's your basic Shin-Box movement flow that I want to get out there for you guys. So great place to start. If you have any questions or comments, please send me an email at emil@mindmovecoach.com. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe to the video and give us a thumbs up. All right, you guys have a great day. Bye.